Hey guys, welcome back to ESL TV for the second semi-final of the RaidCall EMS 1 Cup number 3. My name is Joe Miller. Joining me is Paul Red Eye Challoner. Woo! It's your other one that's actually red today. Good. Well, we got that one sorted out. So, Anexis, of course, the former overrated individuals versus Team LDLC.com, which is, of course, a French lineup. So, UK versus France. Always.
First attempt in the EMS, RaidCall EMS 1 Cup, first time they've played in it, and straight through to the finals. So, by my reckoning, by my mathematical calculations of deduction, Fnatic will definitely make the playoffs. Yeah,
I think so. I think you're pretty safe if you hit one final. Yeah. You're pretty safe overall. Semi-finals, though, a different thing, which means that everything's still up for grabs here between Anexis and LDLC. But we are going to be getting into the ninth round in a few moments. And actually, Red Eye has prepared something a little bit for us.
Yeah, we know that you enjoyed the German last week from Joe and the Scottish from me last week as well. And so we're going to try something related for the round that we think is appropriate. They're not quite ready for it yet, so we're still waiting for it. Although we've had the okay, so I guess we're
pretty much ready.
Ready to go. In fact, we are ready to go. So yeah, let's throw you in there.
Let's jump into the game.
Let's go there right now. I'm going to have a few slip-ups in this game, I know I am, because literally overrated yesterday, Anexis today. So when you look at the bracket, you sort of go, okay, I thought overrated got to the semi-finals. That's weird. They did. They've changed organisation. And they're now Anexis eSports, who obviously parted coming here with their Danish guys earlier on in the week as well. And the rumours were heavily on that it would be Rattlesnake's boys that would make their way through. So here we go then, ninth round in the semi-final. Wait for it. So they're making their way outside for the hack and slash round. Sacre bleu, the blades are coming in left, right and centre. And I seem to have gone Arabic instead of French. Terrorists win. Luckily that was really pants actually.
I wasn't that impressed.
No, that wasn't as good as the Scottish. I might stick with Scottish.
I wasn't that impressed with it.
Yeah. Alright.
See, I was going to do a rendition of the French knife round. If only it was a flag. So here we go then, we're in. It's LDLC versus Anexis, our second semi-final today as I get my drill delivered for drilling walls, which is always a great experience when moving into a new flat. Might even fire it up in a little bit. We've got a power socket behind us. Good old Black and Decker to get things going. So here we go then. First round, obviously Anexis on the terrorist side. Let's see what they can do with this one. And they've got a French flag. The Queen would be rolling. I would be turning right now in her bed. I almost said grave, but obviously she's not dead yet, so not yet.
don't write her off just yet.
Let's not get into the whole treason thing and get me locked up before we get into the grand final for tonight. So Anexis have gone downstairs here. Obviously, Nuke, if you didn't already realise, is best of one still in these semi-finals. I bet grand final will, of course, be best of 3. So right now, this man on your screen, who is Apex, not really doing too well, but in we see Maniac coming around the side, gets himself 2, finally gets shut down, but LDLC are having a beast of a time here. There was a team kill in there from Biggie. You know, more money, more problems for Biggie here. He's going to have a little bit less to spend in that next round from that. And now we have Weber takes down Biggie. He's going to be making Biggie jokes all game from this one. And now Weber going to get that bomb planted on the upper side. Can Atlantis and Happy come around here and get the defuse? Where is Weber going to go? Looks like he's going to go first of all towards main. Gets a headshot on towards Happy as well. He's got a flash here, which he's going to throw out into that upper bomb site. Atlantis still on a full 100 HP, does have a death kit as well, so Weber going to have to do something about this one. Throws the grenade around, that's going to do good damage. Weber gets in, picks up the kill. Great clutch play coming out of Weber. Picking up the pistol.
Wouldn't you know it. 1v3 earlier in the semi-final 1. And a 1v3 in the opening pistol round of semi-final 2. Anexis take round 1 and Team LDLC.com, which I'm not going to carry on calling them that now. Now I've done that once. They're just LDLC from now on. Losing out in a 3v1. The team that beat Very Games in the last round, by the way, who have not had the best of 3 cups, it has to be said. They've not made it through to the semi-finals once. Probably will have enough to qualify through the playoffs, but we'll probably need to play in Cup 4 anyway, as we get MX picking up the first kill of the round on Apex. And Very Games have lost 2 weeks in a row, both to French teams as well. Something about home team advantage not working for them very well. Meanwhile, we're just kind of missing all the action right now. Weber strolling around the far side, might get himself a kill here. Does he? No, that one's stolen away. Anexis for 2-0.
2-0, easy stuff there for Anexis. On the T side, we should note here as well. Obviously, the weaker side here on Nuke, there's no doubt about that one. So LDLC going to have to get their hands running here. Hands running, or anything running, to be honest. Themselves, the machine that is LDLC. I'm just going to stop right there because I was digging a bigger hole that I already started when I get going with that one. Get out the hole. So here we go then. What can Anexis do, or more importantly maybe, what can LDLC do to stop this one from happening? As it is a slow start to the round. Anexis not wanting to make any false moves and run into a big stack, which there is a 3-man stack here in ramp, so they've got to be real careful about this one. Let's have a look. Ball gonna come through. Anexis, as I say, being real careful. They just trot on through into the upper bomb site. Thank you very much. Great shot from Rattlesnake there. Onto Apex will open up the frag in this round. A 4 versus 5. There's number 2 for Rattlesnake. He's gone very low. Finally finished off by Biggie, who then dies to MX afterwards with that AK, I think it was. I couldn't quite see the screen. Yeah, it's an AK that MX has. And now only 2 men left alive. That's Atlantis and Maniac. And Atlantis having a peek out there was dropped down to 37 HP. Anexis evacuating the bomb site here already. They're going to let that one explode. They're going to get away with those weapons. And that will be round number 3. Easy one again for Anexis. Job done.
Yeah, indeed. Job done. The stats on Nuke from the first 2 cups are fairly interesting. Week 1, as you'd expect, 63% overall won by the CTs, 36.8 by the Ts. In week 2, sorry, that's overall, but week 1 was actually 52% of CT rounds won. Of all the rounds were won by CT, so not quite as biased as we're usually expecting it. But then last week, 74% of all the CT rounds were won on Nuke. And so far, that trend is slightly bucked by the 3 that has been put on the board by Anexis. The Brits lead the French here, but Maniac wants to change that here in round 4. It's already got him the frag on PRB, which means they've just got to sit back a little bit here. No real strong strategy, although MX is just starting to push on the outside. Happy and Apex just covering that bottom area, and MX is going to try and push down there. 50 seconds remaining of the round, and Apex just creeps up the volcano stairway to get rid of MX. And now the French have the advantage once more, but Release now inside the bomb site, gets the first frag, and then the flash comes in on Weber, who's totally wiped out, but unfortunately for the French, they weren't able to push in there and take him out. Biggie picks up the first inside that upper bomb site. Maniac gets the double, and LDLC get themselves on the board, 3-1 down.
Yep, nice little start there in terms of having weapons, obviously, for LDLC after losing that pistol round. It's never easy, obviously, to convert or to get those next 2 rounds back. But they've done the job here that they needed to do, and that is pick up the first gun round in this map. So, let's see what they can do here. Second round with weapons for both sides. Maniac again will be defending inside of that ramp room. Anexis, who I still want to call OI, at this point of the game. That's going to take a while to get through that one.
Not to do that. It's not easy.
And that leaves us up to now with no damage done across the board. Everyone's still on full HP. See there, the start is pretty standard from Anexis, making sure that they've got full control of the lobby before moving on to a different target, whether that be the ramp room, as could happen here. As we are going to see the peek out. Weber will take down Maniac. Great shot from that AK of Weber, who we saw clutching earlier on in the pistol. And the question now is, can LDLC defend this one? One kill in ramp. There's the second one coming out from Apex. Great play from him. Great holding play on that ramp. And that will leave us with a 4-on-3, although Apex severely hurt from that one, down to 19 health. And there is Rattlesnake. Nice peek out. Biggie goes down. And the Anexis start to work their way down towards this bottom bomb site. MX going to surprise Apex completely. There's Happy picking off Rattlesnake at the door to upper. And it's a 2-on-2. AWP with Atlantis. That could be the big factor in this game. He's going to be coming around the backside of them. Will Anexis be ready for this one? Bomb going to get planted in the nick of time as we see the AK swapped out for the AWP there for Atlantis. He's going to throw that smoke down. He's is going to go for another fake. This time it will be peeked out by Release, who goes down to Atlantis. He's got that kit. Defuse comes in. LDLC win 2 on the bounce.
Very nice as well. Nice play from Atlantis. That was a 1v2 clutch at the end as well. As he switched out that AWP, I did think that might have been the wrong move, because those two players were very open to being shot by the AWP in that lower bomb site, as it worked out nicely in the end for him. And LDLC reduced the deficit to 1, and we'll see every round on T-side new count, so Nexus won't be too worried about this so far. And we head into round number 6 on what looks like an eco for Nexus. Just a quick check of the scoreboard. MX 7-4 at the top of that right now, and PRB's got to step it up. Nothing so far from him, just 3 deaths as they wait patiently in lobby with all 5 men right now. The ladder causing some confusion perhaps for the Frenchman. Oh, not so much Happy. Biggie's going to get 1 inside the upper bomb site in 10. He's going to get his 2nd as well. And this will be a straightforward round here. Apex should be able to pick up the final kill, and does so. And we're tied up at 3-3 now. It's interesting, LDLC have made their way through into the semi-final. And yet, before had only played in one previous EMS, RaidCall EMS 1 Cup, and had lost 16-1 in the opening round. So they've done a hell of a lot better this time now.
Yeah, doing really well here, LDLC. And we now will have finally Anexis back on the bye, and they need to do better than those previous 2 gun rounds. But they have 3 rounds on T-side, Paul, which, you know,
it's okay.
Even if you put it into the fact that they were 3-0 in lead, doesn't really matter at this stage, because they have 3 terrorist rounds on the board, and surely will be more come the end of this first half, as we have seen a little bit of health being chipped down from Anexis up until now. Not really too much to write home about. Moving down here towards the ramp room, as we are going to see Happy coming around the side. He's caught 1 man out. Made a bit of a balls up of that one, if I put it bluntly myself. And MX manages to survive with 24 HP. Throws a flash out. There's a great shot from Atlantis. Oh. Second one comes in as well. Release goes down. He's finally rushed out by Weber, but that leaves us in a 4-on-3. Atlantis doing more than his job's worth on that one. And now Anexis working their way in towards this lower bomb site. Let's see what they can do here. 1 man in window, manages to get away with his life. MX actually pushing through into that top site now as he drops into the vents, gets the kill onto Apex up close and personal. And it's now 3 versus 3. Rattlesnake, they've not checked down there behind them, and that was Happy. Maniac was there as well. And that will be a quick sweep up from LDLC as Anexis moving into that bottom site. 4 rounds in a row.
Do you know, knowing Sam as well as I do, I can guarantee you right now, he's on comms going, "Why didn't you tell us about the guy down in bottom?" That was my best Sam impression, by the way. But he's right. I mean, they didn't tell him, but they didn't know he was there because he was the odd man out in that lower bomb site. And no one knew he was there. Landis topping the scoreboard right now with those 2 double AWP shots in that last round. 6 and 3, Manix 7 and 3, 6 and 6 from Apex, Happy 4 and 6, Biggie 3 and 4, and PRB still to get off the mark so far, but MX is doing his job for him. He's got 8 kills in 7 rounds. Back on an eco again for the UK team. I'm loath to call him English because MX, of course, is Welsh. Into the upper bomb site they come over. At least he's got himself a double here. And it's proved to be a bit of a nuisance, but that's all he is. A little bit of a nuisance as they lose 2. LDLC now leads 5-3 after 8.
Yeah, doing a fantastic job here, LDLC. Let's have a look at the scoreboard here. Atlantis leading the way. Well, if I say that, and there's 3 of them on 7 kills, Maniac and Apex as well, really playing well for them. PRB still to get on the scoreboard, though. He's 0-1-6 right now, which, as a team effort, you just can't quite have. Rattlesnake also 3 for 8. Bit of a woeful score for him up until now.
Things will change when they get on CT side and he gets an AWP in his hand, though. You can almost guarantee it.
And been impressive Biggie up until now, which, as far as I'm aware, Biggie's actually a stand-in here for LDLC. I might be a little bit off the mark with that one, but as far as I'm aware, that is actually the case. So far, been definitely impressive. As Rattlesnake again losing a lot of health here. Down to just 69 from the side. They've got the smoke down. Looks like they want to try and hit that volcano in the rafters. As the grenade goes down. But there's no one there to actually do damage to. And Apex goes on like, where are they? Where are they? You know what, guys? They're not actually here. We just threw a grenade in there for no apparent big reason. We only have 30 seconds to go. Here he's Happy, picking himself up 2 kills. There is Happy with number 3. Brilliantly done. There is Biggie. Doesn't wish death on no one. Because there ain't no coming back from that, Paul. Get my Biggie quotes in as we go.
There's no comeback from that either. The Biggie quotes continue. 6-3, LDLC in the lead. On Nuke in the second semi-final of the RaidCall EMS 1 Cup 3. Just one more cup to go. It won't be next week, by the way. We are at the Intel Extreme Masters Grand Finals. The World Championship next week, of course, where we'll take a break from the RaidCall EMS 1. RaidCall will be one of the sponsors at the Intel Extreme Masters, you'll be pleased to hear, as well as BenQ, who will be providing a free HD stream. Thank you, BenQ.
Yay for free HD streams.
Indeed, we love them. So that's where we are next week. The following week will be Cup 4. The week after that, we'll be back for the playoffs. And the week after that, we will have the first ever RaidCall EMS 1 LAN final. Top 8 teams from Season 1. As Apex picks up the opening frag of this round. That gets rid of Release. Don't always use the overview too much on Nuke. It's always difficult to work out where they actually are. But right now, MX knows exactly where he is. He's in main. They're going to now try and push through Tin here. Not going to make their way in towards that Tin hut, though, because Happy's going to pick up a double inside that. No, in fact, Apex picks up a triple in the round. And Anexis were, well, if they were a fish, they'd have been gutted right now. 7-3, the loss.
Yeah, gutted indeed. 7 rounds in a row. And looks like there's no real stop in LDLC right now. But they're on that CT side. They're on the CT side. So, you know, we can't read too much of it, too much into it until we see how Anexis do in that second half. But, you know, at some point it can be too late as well. We've got 0 for 8 right now for PRB. Still to get himself on the scoreboard. Rattlesnake, since we talked about him before, has only added 2 more deaths to himself. 3 kills for 10 deaths as the grenade goes through there into lobby. Again, Anexis struggling to find any real weak point in this LDLC defense, and up until now we've not really seen any point, which I'd say that's the spot that they need to hit. That's the exact position which is weak for LDLC. As I burp up my awesome German fizzy water. Damn Germans and their fizzy water. But the thing is right now that, you know, LDLC, even though they've allowed Anexis into this lower bomb site a good few times, they've been able to retake it every single time after that. But we do see MX pick up that first kill here, as we are going to see Weber get number 2 as well. Great start to this one. Release will get himself another. Can he find the second? Yes, he can this time. On to Biggie, and it's now all on Maniac, who has got so much work to do here, and he finds himself the first. Didn't lose any health, which could be crucial if he is to retake this bomb site, but right now he looks more like he's more concerned of hanging on to that weapon. And as I say, that rattlesnake comes around, and Anexis finally bring a round back.
Yes, they do, and it's 7-4 now. Again, if you're fans of the boys from Anexis, then I don't think there's any need to be panicking right now. 4 rounds on T-side nuke is still fine. And there's still an opportunity for 4 more in this first half. And I have to compliment Jim, MX. He's playing really well this evening. Has been playing well for a while in Go, it has to be said. As Atlantis lands a pixel-perfect shot through the box on MX. Sorry, Jim, I just cursed you. Gave him that commentator's curse that is so dreaded. It's about as dreaded as my granddad jumper. Thanks, Pansy.
Granddad jumper.
Apparently. What is she style? 7-4 right now in the semi-final. LDLC have the lead by 3. We're down into the 50-second mark now of remaining. Still nothing doing from the Brits as they hold back in lobby, and they will get caught by Happy, who's rotated all the way round behind and picks off Release. Rattlesnake gets the revenge frag, but that's made it a 4v3 now. LDLC still have the advantage here. Tense round right now, 30 seconds left. Still got to be some movement from the Brits. The lower site right now, and Weber picked off Apex in the upper site. Maniac's now at the back of this lower bomb site. As Biggie drops down to his death to Weber's gun. PRB picks up his first kill of the round in round 11. And Anexis now have a 3 versus 1 with Weber down to 4 points of health. He might as well not exist. And Atlantis now with AWP in hand here. They've got plenty of cash, so I don't think he really cares too much about losing this. But really, he ought to just be trying to save his weapon, and he's not even going to do that. Weber perfectly placed to pick up his hat-trick of the round. And Anexis get a 5th round on the board now. And I say they had plenty of money. Actually, that's 2 rounds in a row. So this will be the last
Well, we can
gun
ask
round.
Biggie, you know. More money, more problems.
I gave you that one.
Yep. And hopefully not from a Nexus side of things. You know, 2 rounds in a row. Really important for them to have those 2 in there. I mean, 5 rounds on T side. If you'd have asked them before, you're going to get 5 rounds, they would have said, all right, then we'll take that for a deal.
Yep.
That's no problem for us. We'll see. You know, still quite a few more rounds to go in this one. But again, it's that standard start, which, you know, again, to use the word standard, is pretty much what we see. It's standard nuke play here,
Put 4 in
this
lobby,
whole positioning.
Put 4 in lobby, leave him there for at least 45 to 50 seconds, and bung 1 outside and see if he can get a pick. And if CTs become aggressive, then they lose the round. And that's what we've pretty much seen from LDLC. They tried to rotate behind them in the last round with Happy. He got 1 frag, but that didn't really do anything for them. And Rattlesnake is quite happy to call this and say, you know what, just sit and wait. Wait for the pick.
Wait for the pick, which up until now has not particularly been coming in. Here is Biggie off towards that left. Him and Maniac and Happy, actually, they're all chiming in with the kills right now. They've done a great job of shutting down this push from Anexis, and well, this call just wasn't the right one. As we see LDLC push through, there he's Happy, gets himself 2, and that is first half lead guaranteed for LDLC at 8-5.
Yeah, that was a good round with Biggie picking up 2 and Happy picking up 3 for an 8-5 lead. 2 to the half. Be happy with 5, but I imagine they might want to win 1 more here just to make it a bit more convincing. It would put more pressure on the French team if they were to then lose the pistols. But Anexis will have to come from behind here. Atlantis waiting again for that pixel shot outside. This time MX is not having any of that. He's going to make it much more cautious. We might get a battle here in Radio Room. Indeed we do. It's Weber who showed his hand first, and Maniac Well, he dealt him an ace. PRB picks up a straightforward headshot, actually, out in main. Actually by Red, as they go for Volcano Stairs. Actually, didn't quite make it. The grenade comes raining down on top of Release. Rattlesnake replies back for the revenge frag, and we're a 3v3. 35 seconds into the round, and we've got game on already here. This one's much quicker. Big push on the outside from the Brits this time round. And are they going to go for the air-conditioned boost? Does look like it. There we go. Boost the man up top. Let him come round. And let's just see. There's Rattlesnake down low. Happy and Biggie have picked up one, and now Rattlesnake is last man alive, actually. So I was trying to work out how they were going to get into that upper area, but they were having none of it, the French, whatsoever, in heaven. And 9-5 is the score. Most of the time, that's time to go to work, and it's definitely time to go to work if you're a French fan right now.
9 to 5. Do, 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 do. Paul's dancing. Time to stop singing. So, final round of the first half then. Will be a lovely round for Anexis to pick up here, going 9-6 in at the half, but their economical situation right now is not very strong. P250 is pretty much at the ready. There is a Galil with Rattlesnake. Got a couple of grenades to use here and there. But is that going to be enough against the firepower that LDLC can offer at this stage? AK stolen from earlier. And with Atlantis, we know how deadly he can be with it. As we see the push in. MX actually going to take down Apex, and that's a weapon, or another weapon I should really say, opened up for Anexis.
Didn't lose any health either.
Yeah, lots of flashes coming into top there, so it looks like that top push could be on. Actually, no, they've just used it as a bait to come around the side, as Happy will peek out. There is Atlantis with the AWP, gets one, but PRB had already dropped down. He's going to catch Atlantis out. He couldn't quite get the finishing touches, and they need to get this bomb down. Biggie, he gets the kill. Still 3-on-2 advantage for Anexis, though. Can they get that bomb down? They've got two men peeking out from Benson. They line up perfectly for MX and Rattlesnake. And that will be 9-6 at the half-time. That is actually a really strong half here for Anexis.
Yep, very strong half from the Brits. And I think LDLC had that run of 7 rounds in a row after losing pistols and having the next 2 converted. And I think they'll be disappointed to have lost 3 of the last 5 rounds in the end.
And just having a look at chat then. Someone was making a good point until they talked about Fraud being one of the best in the world, and then I stopped reading.
I hope you're not dissing on Fraud.
Well, 8 years ago, I wouldn't diss on Fraud.
Absolutely, yeah. Mr. Montana was one of the best AWPers of all time. There is no doubt about that. He's in the list.
Yeah.
But right now, I have no idea what Danny's doing. Probably not playing too much Counter-Strike right now.
Probably not, I guess. So, here we go then. Second half going to be kicking off here in just a few moments. Let's have a quick look down the scoreboard there at the end. Actually, top scorer in that half in terms of kills
was the guy that fit the top of the scoreboard. This is why it's weird.
Yeah.
In CSGO. Is the guy that got the least amount of frags.
Yeah. We got Happy with 14 kills. He was the most. That's second on the scoreboard there. 1 point overall behind Atlantis. So, here we go then. 9-6 at the half. LDLC looking to make a lead.
Big pistol. Big pistol rounds on Nuke in particular. Never more so when you're 9-6 down and you've just switched over. So, huge round for Anexis here. They want to pick this one up and convert the next 2 to tie things up, and then it's game on as far as they're concerned. If it goes the other way, though, the French will fancy their chances, only needing 4 rounds to win. So that's why it's a big pistol. They've both had about the same amount of health chopped off, but now Apex actually picks up the first frag. It's a big one as well. It's on Rattlesnake, and it's on the outer push towards that upper bomb site. And now they have a man advantage. Can they push forward here and take this first round? Now, make that 2-man advantage now. Atlantis getting the second of the round on MX. Dropping like flies at the Brits. MX goes down as the second man after Rattlesnake. Release has only got 12 points of health here as well. And we've got a 4 versus 2 and a bit. Actually, it's a 5 versus 2 and a bit, because there's no one down. Now, there is finally a man down. Weber picks up the first kill on Happy. Atlantis has actually got himself 2 points of health as PRB gets the second one on Maniac. Now it's a 3 versus 3. And this is game on here if they can get the retake in this lower bomb site. Biggie, though, double from him. Can they get the third here from Apex? Yes, they will. And that pistol round goes the way of LDLC for a 10-6 lead.
T-sides still super strong on pistols.
It's funny, actually, you should mention
even with those Glock nerfs.
Because I did some stat pulls from the first 2 cups.
He's a stat man. Oops.
And on pistols, this is just pistols from the first 2 cups. 96 matches played where there were pistols, so 96 pistol rounds from all games in Cup 1 and Cup 2. 65.8% of all pistols are won by terrorists.
Yeah.
That confirms that Glock was overpowered, in my opinion. But we've also seen tonight 4 T-pistol rounds in a row from 2 games. That's after they nerfed their Glock.
Yeah. Which doesn't bode well for the future there, as we see MX actually peek out, gets a headshot onto Biggie, and that's the opener that Anexis were looking for here to try and turn around this deficit that's now working against them. And they've got a couple of shotguns lined up here, as well. You can see PRB, who had a woeful first half. Did he even get a kill? All right, he got up to 3 by the end of that first half.
I think he actually got 1 in round 1, so he only got 2 from the first half. But nevertheless, you're right. It's lowly. This is almost an Epsilon strat, by the way. They've been known for these double shotgun rounds on CT early. Not working out, though, right now, is it?
Yeah, that's kind of fell to pieces very quickly there for Anexis. Got PRB coming up the ladder.
It's not good for that. Trust me, it's not good for that. I've tried, it doesn't work. It's great up close, though. I mean, that's the thing. The guns are a bit more situational, I've found, in Global Offensive than they were perhaps in Saucer 1.6. 1.6 particularly, there was some set guns and that was all you used. You never bothered using anything else. Saucer, there was sometimes a little bit of variety, but in Global Offensive, the shotguns are actually very powerful close up.
And the way they should be, to be honest. To
absolutely.
make situational weaponry is definitely come to the forefront, as this bomb is going to explode. This is obviously going to be an LDLC round. PRB, though, will keep a hold of his weapon, which I'm sure he'll be happy to save that cash for that next round. That's going to be 11-6, though. LDLC need only 5 rounds to hit the final.
All he needs to do is just stop using it as a sniper weapon.
Yeah.
Because it's
not.
So 11-6 then, LDLC putting the pressure on the Brits here, who've newly signed for Anexis eSport. The older Anexis team weren't too bad, finished 2nd at the Mad Cats LAN at the weekend. And they're now looking for a new home. Wonder where we'll see them end up.
I guess that was a done deal before they finished 2nd at Mad Cats.
Well, rumour, I know this is just a rumour. Rumours say that actually they were offered a spot on Anexis alongside the Brits. But didn't want to play second fiddle, so... courtesy of Cadrid, that rumour. So they'll now be looking for a new team, and I'm sure they'll be welcome somewhere as well. I wonder if they'll end up somewhere like Curse. Who knows? Right, now though, back to the semi-final of the RaidCall EMS 1 Cup 3. LDLC from France, who previously had lost their only game in the Cup, Cup 2. They lost 16-1 in the opening round, have found themselves in the semi-final up against a storied set of players who have previously featured in clans like the Birmingham Salvos, the world champions in the CGS, Team Dignitas, of course, and also Mouse Sports more recently. But they are no respecters of previous history, the French, right now. They are absolutely demolishing through Anexis in this second half, as you'd expect them to do on the Ecos. But now it's a gun round. It's 12-6.
Yeah, gun round, and this is where it really gets interesting. Anexis really got to pull something off here. They can't afford to lose another round, and well, just the way that LDLC have been going about things makes you favour them up till now in this one, but Anexis did put 6 rounds on the board on the T side. We've seen 3 already here for LDLC in their T side, but can they continue that trend? We see Rattlesnake here up on the gantry, going to get the first kill of the round, picks off Apex, easy kill for him, and you don't miss those if you're any good with that AWP. And so calm and collected, as we see there from Rattlesnake. Here is Release. He's going to go down to Atlantis. Team kill coming out from Happy, but he's made up for it there with a kill on Weber, but they've not spotted MX fast enough. He's got 2 kills. That's going to be 3 by the end of it. Great defense from Anexis. They go 12-7.
Yeah, nice position from MX. Shielded it well. Didn't use the other players as bait, but just picked them off as they came round and then had to switch over to the pistol for the third and final kill of the round. And Anexis reduced the gap to 5 here on Nuke, bidding to make their first ever RaidCall EMS1 final. And by my reckoning, they're already through to the playoffs because of the previous positions that they've had. Well, Anexis, I have to say, when they were the overrated individuals, they've came up against Infused in week 1, who were on fire. And in week 2, they got through round 1 and then had to face Nip, which, well, as pretty much anyone who's played Nip will tell you, is always a real struggle. Right now, though, things going well for them. They've just got the one man to find here to reduce the gap to 4. That man is happy, who's not going to be too happy when he gets down, but he's, well, putting up a bit of fight here. It was a 3v1. Sorry, a 4v1. It's now a 2v1. Happy with 2 in the round. And now Anexis have got to go a little bit more defensive. MX has got an idea, without having use of a sat-nav, of exactly where his opponent is right now. PRB's covering it. He is starting to creep round here. MX, though, comes back out onto that tower and will pick up the frag with a headshot AK on Happy. And that will be now a def.
That's not really that much, to be honest, so Anexis looking pretty strong here. 2 rounds, obviously, on the bounce at this point. It's going to mean that LDLC, what kind of cash have they got? 2,000, so not buying up this round. Going to be saving what they can, and obviously that probably means Anexis moving up to a 9-round total in this one. So Release did take a chunk of damage in the early stages of the round. Happy suffering the same fate, though, in that one. LDLC holding back Maniac down to 65. Release says LOL as Weber is going to take down Maniac for the first kill. And they continue to spray each other through that tin wall.
Oh.
And wow, that was nicely done from Apex, but can they get any more from it? Release here. Is he going to peek out from the vents? He had a man off to his left. The grenade comes in, does a little bit of damage to Release, but probably not enough in the long run. And Anexis sit back now in their defensive positions. Weber here going to have 3 men coming his way as the flashes and counter flashes coming out. Weber gets himself 2. And that final one surely will be coming soon. And Release will take out Apex. And he is happy. Last man left alive. Rattlesnake deals with that. Another round for Anexis.
Yeah, that's the trouble with Nuke. It's such a momentum map. I mean, it's a momentum game. But on Nuke, when you can really start rocking and rolling on it, it can be a real pain in the bum to try and get one back. As Anexis found in the first half, they lost 7 in a row. And now Anexis are on a roll. 3 rounds in the bag. Deficit comes back to 12-9. Rattlesnake on the hunt with the AWP. But nothing doing for him. They've smoked him out a little bit in both Squeaky and Outer, but PRB's going to possibly be a bit of bait here. Might get himself a couple of frags, though, as well. Well, probably should have done a little bit better. Got 1. Rattlesnake, though, missed the AWP shot and then gets picked off for his, well, for his loss of concentration, I guess you could call it. Apex picks up the frag. I don't know if it was a loss of concentration, perhaps. It was, he shot the first shot, and if you miss it there, well, you're a sitting duck, and that's exactly what he was. Release gets the kill on Happy to equalise things back up. It's a 3 versus 3 now, so still in. Maniac tries to go a little bit more aggressive in main and does get the frag. And all 3 men have now managed to creep their way outside. Two waiting. There's one man just going to be boosted up here, I think. Is he? Well, waiting to see whether he's going to be boosted up. Release has pushed through and has now figured out, I think, that they are going to be outside. They have managed to boost 2 men up onto the outside of top ladder. But 1 man inside now, and Release is not having any of that. Apex is picked off. Now it's a 2 versus 2. And, oh, he hasn't spotted the man down low. Bomb is planted here as well, and it is in their bomb site. Biggie on site with his teammate alongside him, Maniac, who's only got 27 points of health. Weber can win this one, you know. He's got 1. He's low on health as well. They're both going to have to go at the same time here because Biggie is fully stacked. Now Biggie picks up the first and the second. And Mo money, Mo help. Doesn't matter. 2 out of 2 for Biggie. And LDLC moved to within 3 of victory.
Yeah, really nicely done there from Biggie, holding on to that one. Didn't really fancy his chance, but to his credit, you know, he'd scouted those 2 positions out early on, so he knew exactly where he needed to turn after picking up that first one. Really well played to win that round, and that will put LDLC 3 rounds away from that grand final against Fnatic, which is probably going to be a whole nother kettle of fish from them going forward. And PRB only up to 4 kills. That's only 1 kill extra in this second half than what he had in the third as well. So, let's have a look. What are we going to see this round? Here is Release, actually going to get himself 2. LDLC lining up perfectly for him there. Rattlesnake with the AWP looking towards outer. No one really for the taking there. Terrorist already in that upper bomb site as Biggie gets himself 2 frags there. But it's still 3-on-2. Still advantage for Anexis. And we have the shotgun with PRB. He's not really got much money to spend in this one. And the smoke going to get popped down by Main. Maniac going to look to get the bomb down. Actually, in the end, will come off the plant. He's got cover from this front side. And we are going to see Anexis as a 3-man team. And it's the shotgun of PRB. We were just talking about how he'd not been able to pick up many kills. But the shotgun there coming out nicely for him. And that will be 2 frags as MX just trying to get that weapon there off the ledge.
Yeah, just trying to play a bit of catch the AWP there in the upper bomb site. Good work from PRB though. We said the shotgun's much better at short range. He proved why there as well. Nice distraction from MX. Meant that they were faced the wrong way. PRB came in 2 shots later. He had 2 kills and a defuse in the bag. Get comes down to 3. LDLC, well, got a little bit carried away in that round perhaps and a little bit too confident. May have expected a 4 eco from the Brits, but not to be. Atlantis drops down to 12 points health with a face full of grenade. Really nicely placed as well. And MX coming under a little bit of fire himself now through the wall as Apex long range gets a headshot on PRB, who's having absolutely no luck whatsoever. He's having a torrid time in this game. Atlantis might pick up a frag here and has done as caught out Rattlesnake down by the barrels. And the gap is just 3 rounds. They can't afford to be losing men like this as Maniac and Atlantis now pick up a pair apiece. What an eco this is. Well, partial buy, I guess you could call it. Or was it a partial? Yeah, it was. They had an AK in there, didn't they? Just the one. And from really being in a really dominant position, Nexus now find themselves on the verge of defeat, but Release has crept round and got himself 1. Still 3 men to find, though. I've seen him clutch like this before, you know, and on this very map. He's capable, that's for sure. Still got a lot of work to do, though. Block bomb now planted, too. Is he fancy this? I don't know, you know. Might just be better to have some caution here and save the weapon. It's the boring take, but it's probably the right one. Does look like he is heading for the hills, and this will be a round to LDLC, and they will move to 14-10. And I have to say, Joe, that's not quite how I expected this to be panning out.
No, I didn't expect that round at all. You have to give everything to LDLC in that one. I mean, as you said, mixed bag of tricks coming into the round, and well, they made it work for them. Not sure about the Anexis defense there. I think they were a little bit too over-pushy in places, and it's cost them dearly in the end. And as we said, 14 rounds on the board for Anexis, for LDLC means Anexis now need 6 in a row if they're going to win this one without the help of an overtime. Let's see how they go into this one and what weaponry they're going to have. We can see there's at least 2 FAMASas there in the lineup as LDLC need a boost there. Like,
well, it wasn't quite got the jump down. The jump was horrible anyway from Apex, and then he still needed a boost and missed the guy's head.
Good job.
I'm glad it's not just me.
So, what are LDLC going to do with this one? We can see through the wall there, Volcano Stairs seems to be the target for the French side in this round. Anexis setting themselves up here on that inner side. Smoke's already down. They're working slowly but surely their way in towards that lower open room. Or can they be picking up the first kills here from this one? And will Anexis be able to figure out that position early enough to do anything about it in this round? Here we go. First kill going to come down from Happy. That's the man defending the door as Biggie actually going to run in, get himself the bomb planted. There is a smoke down there. You see Rattlesnake here absolutely destroyed. Happy going to face the same fate. Only PRB and Weber remain to save the round here. PRB actually getting himself 2 with the FAMAS, but he needs more than that. 2 is not going to suffice this round. He gets shut down by Apex, who throws the grenade over. They peek out, get the kill onto Weber as well, and that is LDLC moving on to match point.
Wow. A team who previously hadn't won a single map in the RaidCall EMS1 series so far. Their only other appearance was in week 2, where they lost 16-1 in the opening round, and they are now just 1 round away of playing Fnatic in the grand final this evening of RaidCall EMS1 Cup 3, unless Anexis can come up with something special here in round 26. They have the advantage of the upper bomb site, but they have a real whole host of mixture of weapons. It's 3 shotguns between them and 2 pistols, and that's all they have left to try and save them from going out of the RaidCall EMS1 Cup 3 at the semi-final stage this week. The furthest they've made it through as they now edge towards that. Look at this. PRB short range gets a double up there, but they replayed them back with a double of their own. Into this lower bomb site. 3 versus 3. MX not in too good a shape here either, and he'll be down now by the AK of Apex. Release replies back. We're still at 2v2. They're hanging on by a thread. Bomb is now planted. Rattlesnake down to 43 health. Now he's dropped. Release is now the last man alive here and has got to go huge for a 2v1 clutch. Oh! Runs out of bullets at exactly the wrong time. And that pretty much sums it up. It's a 16-10 victory for LDLC.
Yeah, and a good victory as well. And can't help but think that Anexis really needed, you know, the help of an extra weapon. For example, a Black & Decker drill. Like this mofo that I managed. Actually, I'm really scared of this right now. I moved house this weekend, and I wanted to put a picture in the wall. So I started hammering my nail in, bent in half.
I know.
So I managed
to
secure
you could
this.
have borrowed my drill.
Yeah, but this is a proper drill.
German drill.
It's proper German
drill. Made by Black & Decker from England.
Proper big bits that I'm probably going to...
Yeah, made by Black & Decker from England. The Brits do something well.
Power.
What do you know?
Power. So yeah, that's my drill, which I will be. See this, I've got a bit of a dilemma, Paul. Maybe you can help me with this one. So my show starts tomorrow at 11 AM, which means I need to be here at 9.
Yeah.
So which means I need to probably leave at like 8.
Yeah.
And I'm probably going to get home at like midnight tonight. So I need to find a window between midnight and 8 AM when I'm allowed to use that thing to drill holes in my wall.
You say you've just moved in, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to move out too quickly.
Time to... Actually, the woman that lives next door is hard of hearing, so...
Really? Oh, you're probably right then.
Maybe it's
yeah.
like, well, I just put music on really loud and drill away, and hopefully
I would just put
I
would put like earplugs in your ear, and then you can't hear the drill either, and then if they start shouting at you, you can't hear them.
Yeah.
That works.
That
did I bring the LED thing in? No, I didn't. I forgot. I was going to show Joe when he popped round on Monday, but I forgot about that as well. So, proof of being the LED of Glenn something or other. I can't remember. It's always a Glenn of something. But anyway, I am a LED officially, a Lord of Glen somewhere or other, with me whole 1 foot, a square foot of land. And
my drill would tear your little bit of land to pieces.
I'm actually going to mount something in it. So I've got 1 square foot of land in this amazing piece of Scottish area, which makes me a LED or a lord. And someone said to me the other day, what can you possibly put on 1 square foot of land? Well, actually, that's a good idea, because in years to come, this piece of land is going to be worth millions of pounds. Do you know why?
Why?
I'm going to actually put a docking station for air balloons on there. So it's just going to be a giant pole up 1,000 foot. Because in years to come, we'll all be travelling around in air balloons. I've seen it in Fringe.
My drill bit says your air balloons aren't going to last very long.
Now, if you just joined us, no, you haven't joined the Black and Decker show with me and Joe. It's the
I feel like I'm on a QVC channel.
EMS 1.
And here you see the beautiful Black and Decker drill. Yours for only £799.
Cornell!
To my PayPal.
So that gets made into a GIF now.
We're going to be moving into the grand final. I'm going to unplug the drill so it doesn't go unexpectedly in the middle of the game, which would be very, very bad, actually. Because it is loud and, well, I'm sure it's going to destroy things as it goes. So, yeah, we're going to be taking a quick break, and obviously when we come back, it's going to be LDLC taking on Fnatic in the RaidCall CSGO Cup number 3 grand final. It's going to be best of 3, so plenty more action coming your way here tonight on ASL TV. So, guys, as usual, don't go anywhere.